So Galactus is the main villain of the upcoming MCU Fantastic Four movie. Or is he? What if Galactus isn't the villain of the Fantastic Four film and he's actually trying to save the Fantastic Four and the universe? We have learned so much information about the upcoming Fantastic Four film, and a lot of this information is coming from Marvel Studios themselves. They recently announced that Ralph Ineson is going to be playing Galactus, and what a great choice. He has a remarkable voice for this character. He even went on Twitter as it was announced by Variety that he was playing Galactus, replying to the tweet, "World-devouring cosmic villain, is it? I'll see what I can do." And on top of this, we actually know why Galactus is going to the Earth of the Fantastic Four in this specific universe, because as far as we know so far, the Fantastic Four film will take place in an alternate universe to our main 616 universe. And I do believe that he is indeed going to be a villain, but keep in mind that Galactus in the comics is a necessity to the universe. He actually does balance it. And there are times when he fights with heroes to save the universe. And I think that might happen in this film. We have recently learned some new plot details about the movie from the insider Can We Get Some Toast? And right now Marvel Studios has subpoenaed them to try and find their identity because they posted a leaked clip of Captain America Brave New World. So clearly they have real information. They're an actual insider. And according to this insider, in the Fantastic Four film, Galactus is going to Earth in search of Franklin Richards, the son of Sue Storm and Reed Richards, who we do know is going to be in this film. Now, in the comics, Franklin Richards is an Omega level mutant. He is one of the most powerful characters that Marvel Comics has ever seen. And he's got a pretty epic history with Galactus in the MCU. In fact, at one point in time, he even resurrects Galactus and fuses his powers with his to defeat Celestials from another universe trying to destroy theirs. And it's pretty dang epic. And at one point in time, Franklin Richards even makes Galactus his herald, not Franklin Richards being the herald of Galactus, but the other way around. Galactus was Franklin's herald. That's how strong he is. But the question is, why is Galactus in search of Franklin Richards right now in the new up-and-coming Fantastic Four film? What is happening in that universe to make Galactus search for Franklin? And I have 3 theories on what Galactus could possibly want from Franklin. And one of my theories is that Galactus could actually want to help save the universe. But first, let's start off with maybe one of the more obvious ones. Galactus could want Franklin Richards to be his herald. Franklin, like I mentioned, has immense power. He has reality warping powers and can create universes, pocket universes, and Galactus might actually want that for himself, because if Franklin can create pocket universes, then that's a lot of energy that Galactus could consume. So instead of having a herald like the Silver Surfer, who we know is going to be in the film, go out and search for planets for Galactus to devour, he could simply have Franklin Richards create pocket universes for him and he could devour that energy. So one could see how Galactus would want Franklin Richards as his herald, but of course, the Fantastic Four aren't going to let him take Herald, and this is where the big conflict comes in. And if this is the case, if Galactus does go to Earth in search of Franklin to be his herald, I imagine he'll offer the Fantastic Four a deal like, if you let Franklin come with me, if you give me your son, I will spare Earth. And obviously as his parents, they're not going to do that. Because one thing to keep in mind is that even if Franklin Richards is a baby in this, even if he's a teenager, he's still incredibly powerful. He is a mutant who was born with the powers right away. Like as a baby, he creates these pocket universes. He's insanely strong right from the beginning. But that's where the conflict comes in. Galactus says, give me Franklin. The Fantastic Four say no, so they fight and try to stop Galactus from devouring their world. This one could be kind of an obvious one, but it's definitely one scenario that could play out. Another one is that Galactus is actually afraid of Franklin Richards. And this could start with his herald, the Silver Surfer, realizing how strong Franklin Richards is. Since the Silver Surfer in this movie, who is going to be played by Julia Gardner, is obviously the herald of Galactus, it makes sense that she would go to Earth first in search of a planet for Galactus to devour. Now, we've heard that the Fantastic Four are going to be the only superhero team in this universe. No Avengers, no X-Men, nothing, just the Fantastic Four. So that would mean they are the group to go up against the Silver Surfer. Once they encounter the Silver Surfer could realize that Franklin Richards is immensely powerful, and then communicate that to Galactus, in which Galactus would then come to devour the world with the boy, Franklin Richards, in it as well. Because a being that powerful could pose a very big big threat to Galactus. And Galactus could think, well, he's a boy now. I could probably take him on despite how powerful he is, but if he gets to be an adult and he gets further developed with his powers, then it might be too late. Franklin Richards might be stronger than Galactus at that time, so Galactus thinks, I have to strike now. I have to get him while he's a baby before he grows up and can defeat me with his family, the Fantastic Four. But my third theory is quite possibly the most exciting. Like I mentioned, Galactus and Franklin have a pretty epic history in the comics together, and keep in mind that this universe, the alternate universe that the Fantastic Four will take place in, isn't the universe that the Fantastic Four are going to stay in. We know they're obviously going to be involved with Avengers Secret Wars, and moving forward after Avengers Secret Wars with the soft reboot happening, they're going to end up in the same universe as the Avengers and the new X-Men team. So of course, one of the big questions has been, well, how exactly do the Fantastic Four get from their universe to our universe? Well, what if Galactus knows about Franklin Richards? He's attacked Earth before, so he knows about the Fantastic Four, but he also knows that the incursions are happening and their universe might be destroyed. Well, obviously, since Galactus shares the same universe with the Fantastic Four, he knows that both of them do not want the universe to be destroyed, so perhaps he could actually go to the Fantastic Four for help, searching for Franklin Richards since he can create universes. He might want to use his power, possibly combined with his own, to save their universe from an incursion. Now, some people might not like this because they want Galactus to be a villain of the film. They want him to be the world devourer, which he is. But that could still happen in this movie. Perhaps he comes to Earth at first to devour the world, but when the movie takes place, during the events of the movie, that is when the incursion could happen. He could originally go to Earth and search for Franklin Richards to either get rid of him or make him his herald, both of which would result in the Fantastic Four fighting Galactus. And they might even defeat him. Maybe not kill him to the point to where Franklin Richards would have to resurrect him, which has happened in the comics, but basically fend him off of Earth, and then the incursion starts to happen. And that's when both parties kind of have to act together. But something that is extremely interesting is that according to the history of the Marvel Universe, Franklin Richards is supposed to survive the end of his universe and pass on to the next universe, just like Galactus did. It is possible that Galactus knows this and that they could form a story around this as well. But Franklin Richards and Galactus's powers combined could be the key to either saving their universe, which I don't think is going to happen, or surviving the incursion that is going to happen to their universe. Or simply Galactus wants to kill Franklin because he fears him. In fact, in the comics, he actually tries to avoid conflict with Franklin Richards. Or due to his immense power, he might try to make him his herald. But let me know your thoughts about these three theories in the comments down below. Would you like to see any of these happen, or do you have a theory of your own? Either way, it's really exciting to know that we are getting a new Fantastic Four movie with a new cast, with Franklin Richards and Galactus and the Silver Surfer all in the same movie. Hopefully it's done right and will be truly epic. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with Marvel news. If you subscribe and leave a comment, you're entered for a chance to win a Xbox Series X or PS5. We pick one winner at the end of each month. And of course, if you are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify, we would love your support on there as well. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.